As night gently settles, there is no need to search for meaning. These are not stories to remember, but stories to rest inside. Long ago, monks shared wisdom not through argument, but through quiet moments, simple encounters, and ordinary silence. Tonight, you are invited to listen, not with effort, but with softness. Let the stories arrive slowly. Let them pass just as gently. That night, the path leading to the small temple deep in the valley was covered in a thin layer of mist. The moon hung quietly in the silent sky. Not hurried, not dazzling, just bright enough to illuminate the slow, steady steps of a young person walking silently toward the old wooden gate. He had traveled very far. Not only across mountains and villages, not only through nights of brief sleep by the roadside, but through a longer journey, a journey through tangled thoughts, unanswered questions, and a quiet fatigue slowly accumulating in the heart. The young man carried a small bag. Inside the bag, there was very little. Inside his mind, there was so much. Questions about life, about suffering, about the meaning of living, about enlightenment, something people whispered about as distant and fragile, yet full of promise. He had read many books, listened to many teachings, met many people who claimed to understand. But the more he read, the more he listened, the heavier his mind became. Like a cup filled beyond its limit. The temple gate stood slightly open. No bell rang. No greeting echoed. Only the soft wind brushing through bamboo, and his footsteps dissolving into the deep night. In the courtyard, an old Zen master sat, back straight, eyes gentle, not searching, not expecting. He seemed to have been there for a very long time. Or perhaps he had just sat down. Here, time no longer mattered. The young man bowed his head. He didn't know what to say. All the questions he had prepared suddenly felt too heavy. The Zen master smiled softly. A smile without intention. Not meant to comfort. Not meant to teach. Simply present. He gestured for the young man to sit. They sat facing each other. Between them was a low wooden table. On it, a teapot released a faint curl of steam. No one hurried to speak. No one broke the silence. Within that quiet, the young man's breath began to slow. His chest loosened. His shoulders softened. The Zen master poured the tea. A thin, steady stream. Unbroken. The cup gradually filled. And then, the tea reached the rim. But the master did not stop. The tea overflowed, spilling onto the table, drop by drop. Slowly, the young man watched. First, surprise. Then confusion. Finally, a feeling he could not name. "Master," he said softly, as if afraid to disturb the stillness. "The cup is already full." The Zen master stopped pouring. Looked at him. The smile remained. "Yes," he said gently. "Just like your mind." The young man fell silent. "You came here," the master continued, "carrying many things. Ideas, beliefs, conclusions, questions, fears, hopes." He set the teapot down with care. "Your mind is full. If you wish to receive anything new, first there must be space. No blame, no judgment, only truth, spoken like wind passing over a still lake." The young man bowed his head. No argument, no defense. For the first time, he did not search for an answer. In that silence, something very small, yet very deep, began to move. The Zen master said nothing more. He asked nothing. He simply sat. And in that sitting, the lesson began. Not through words, not through concepts, but through the direct experience of fullness. The night deepened. Insects blended with the rhythm of breath. The young man became aware of the thoughts within him. They came. They went. For the first time, he did not hold them. He did not push them away. He simply observed. The Zen master spoke softly, almost to the night itself. When the mind stops collecting, understanding arrives on its own. Not suddenly, not loudly, but like mist dissolving when the sun rises. The young man closed his eyes. Breathing became even. No effort to understand. No effort to achieve. Just being here. And in that complete presence, the cup began to empty. Not because something was taken away, but because he stopped holding. Now, as you lie down, as your body is supported, as your eyelids slowly close, you do not need any more answers. You do not need to understand anything further. Let your mind become an empty cup. Open, quiet. Each inhale is space. Each exhale is release. No effort, no goal, just rest. And in that space, ease arrives on its own. The night is still long. A gentle breeze stirs the bamboo leaves in the courtyard. The sound neither invites nor pushes away. It simply exists. The young man remains seated, still, not searching. In the prolonged silence, he begins to notice something he never truly saw before. His mind is always talking, always analyzing, always naming. Even when trying to be silent, a voice whispers inside. But now that voice is slower, quieter, like a stream flowing farther from its source. The Zen master still sits, not looking at him, not looking anywhere, only breathing. Each inhale, nothing added. Each exhale, nothing removed. The young man begins to feel his own breath. Not controlling, not interfering. Breath comes, breath goes. With each breath, something loosens. Not thoughts themselves, but the clinging to thoughts. And when clinging dissolves, thoughts dissolve on their own. No effort, no struggle. The Zen master speaks softly, as if to the night. You do not need to empty the cup. Just stop pouring. The words fall into space, soundless, yet deeply resonant. Suddenly, the young man understands. He was never exhausted by life. He was exhausted by constantly adding more thoughts, more comparisons, more expectations. Even in meditation, he poured in the desire for enlightenment. The cup never had a chance to be empty. The night passes. No one mentions time. The Zen master stands and gestures for the young man to follow. They walk slowly through the garden. Cool earth beneath their feet. A vast sky above. They stop beside a small pond. The surface is still, reflecting the moon. "What do you see?" the master asks. After a moment, the young man answers, "I see the moon." The master gently shakes his head. "You see the reflection of the moon." He bends down and lightly stirs the water. The surface ripples. The moon shatters. Did the moon break? Silence. "Just like your mind," the master says. "What breaks is only the reflection." A strange lightness fills the young man. For years, he suffered over shattered images in his mind, forgetting that the sky itself was never harmed. The master continues, "When you do not know, you are open. When you think you know, you close. The young man bows his head. For the first time, he allows himself not to know. Not knowing who he is. Not knowing where he is going. Not knowing what is right. And in that not knowing, a vast space opens. They return to the meditation hall. The Zen master lays out a mat and gestures for the young man to lie down. Tonight, let the body rest. He lies down. His back meets the mat. The earth supports him. No holding. No tension. The master guides slowly. Feel the forehead. Release. Feel the eyes. Release. Each part of the body is named and then released. No healing. No fixing. Just permission to rest. Breath deepens. Awareness softens. He no longer knows whether he is listening or sleeping. The Zen master whispers, "Enlightenment does not come when you become more awake. It comes when you stop trying." Now, if you are hearing these words, allow your body to sink. You do not need to understand the story. You do not need to remember it. Let your mind become a cup resting quietly on the table. No one pours. No one takes away. Only a gentle emptiness. Within that emptiness, sleep arrives. So, complete. Let the breath become faint. No need to follow. No need to control. The night remains. Not moving forward. Not moving back. Only expanding. If you are still listening, notice the breath. No need to call it in. No need to call it out. Just a gentle wave passing through the body. The breath does not belong to you. It was here before you were named, and it will continue after the name dissolves. Each passing breath is a soft reminder. There is nothing to hold. There is nothing to become. The breath fades. No following. No controlling. The breath returns. Unannounced. Unpromised. It comes like a wave touching shore, then retreats, leaving no footprints. If you hear this voice, let the waves break on their own. You do not need to stand on the shore. You do not need to observe. You do not need to understand. The ocean is still the ocean, with or without a witness. Now, there is nothing to do. The breath comes and goes. No one controls it. No one holds it. Everything unfolds on its own. Like night becoming dark. Like sleep arriving. You do not need to try, because even effort has dissolved. Your name no longer matters. Your story is fading. Memories like thin mist dissolve into the air. Not disappearing, just no longer standing apart. They merge into a vast quiet background. There is no center. Only sound passing through. Only sensation passing away. Even the feeling of sleeping does not need to be held. You may release it as gently as releasing a leaf. The leaf falls, not knowing it falls. You sink without knowing you are sinking, and in that not knowing, sleep opens. The breath is not inside the body. The body is inside the breath. A vast space is breathing itself. You do not need to enter. You are already there. And then, even this feeling is no longer held by anyone. Wind moves through the bamboo forest, leaving no trace. Sound arises and fades. So do all sensations within you. Fatigue comes, then goes. Thoughts appear, then dissolve. Even the idea of self is just a wave. It comes and retreats. No center, no owner, only a natural unfolding. If something within you is trying to cling, let it cling. It will grow tired. It will let go. Everything is changing right now. Heartbeat changes. Temperature changes. Thoughts change. No moment repeats itself. And therefore, there is nothing to lose. Only gentle passing, like clouds in the night sky. All sensations know how to leave. Even the sensation of wanting to stay. Let them find their own way. No farewell. No holding. Perhaps you once thought, I am meditating. I am sleeping. I am listening. Now let those sentences dissolve. No one meditates. No one sleeps. No one listens. Only meditation happening. Only sleep opening. Only sound passing through. Like tea pouring itself into a cup. No pour. No drinker. Perhaps you once thought, I am aware. Now let that thought dissolve. Sound still arrives. You're still here. But no self is needed in between. Like wind blowing without permission. The self dissolves without a sound. Like mist fading at dawn, without the sun needing to notice. At this moment, your body knows how to sleep. It has known for a very long time. No instruction needed. No effort required. Let the eyelids grow just a little heavier. Do not resist. Do not follow. Just sink. Deeper. Even deeper. Like a leaf touching water and becoming it. The earth does not try to rest. It simply lies still, supporting everything above it. Let your body sleep like the earth. No dreams. No searching. Just stillness. This is not anyone's sleep. This is sleep happening. Allow it to unfold slowly, deeply, gently. And now, we return to where we began. The cup rests quietly on the table. Not full. Not empty. Needing no attention. Breath continues. Night continues. If you awaken in the middle of sleep, just listen. No need to remember where you left off. The story has no beginning. No ending. Only a gentle repetition, like ocean waves touching shore and retreating. And when the wave retreats, it comes again. Like breath. Like sleep. Like the cup always ready by containing nothing at all. Just now. Thank you for sharing this quiet journey. May you rest deeply. If the story begins again, let it begin. If it dissolves, let it dissolve. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is right. Only a gentle flow returning to the breath. The cup remains empty, still, ready by waiting for nothing. And from here, the story may return to the very beginning. No beginning. And the breath continues to happen on its own. The master's words faded, like steam rising from a warm cup. Nothing more needed to be added. Nothing needed to be taken away. The tea grew still. The room grew quiet. And the young seeker simply sat in that unfilled space. Thoughts loosened their grip. Questions softened. The mind no longer reached forward. When the cup was finally empty, something else became noticeable. Not an answer. Not a teaching, but the gentle presence of what had always been there. In Zen, when the mind releases its weight, the world begins to speak, without sound. And so, as the night deepens and effort falls away, we move from the fullness of the cup into the depth of listening. Not listening for words, but listening for what remains when words are gone. And this is where the next story begins. Tonight, let your body be allowed to rest. Let every effort dissolve, like thin mist meeting moonlight. No need to understand, no need to achieve. Just be here, right now. There is a small temple hidden at the edge of the forest. No signboard. No large bell. No one knows exactly how long it has been there. They only know that every afternoon, as the sun tilts low, bamboo shadows stretch across the old stone path, and the wind begins to tell very ancient stories. Inside that temple, there is a young monk. He has practiced for many years, read many sutras, listened to many teachings, sat in meditation through countless seasons of rain and sun. And yet, within him, one question has not settled. One very early morning, when mist still covered the stone steps, the young monk went to see his teacher. The teacher was old, his beard white like clouds, his eyes deep, still, like a lake without ripples. The monk bowed deeply and asked, "Master, what is the sound of ultimate truth?" The question fell into the space between them like a drop of water falling into a deep lake. No echo. No ripple, only disappearance. The teacher did not answer, did not nod, did not shake his head, did not speak a single word. He simply closed his eyes gently. In that moment, nothing happened. Or perhaps, everything was happening. Time moved very slowly. Or perhaps, there was no time at all. A bird sang somewhere far away, not to be heard, just singing. The wind passed through the bamboo forest. The bamboo did not try to make sound. The wind did not try to make meaning. Leaves trembled lightly. Sunlight shifted. The breath of the earth rose softly, then settled again. The young monk stood still. At first, his mind waited for an answer, for a teaching, for something special. But the more he waited, the more nothing came. Then the waiting grew tired and let go. In that letting go, something very small happened. The monk heard the bird. Not as before. No analysis. No naming. No comparison. Just the sound of a bird. He heard the wind. Not pleasant wind. Not unpleasant wind. Just wind passing through. He heard his own heartbeat. No need to adjust it. No need to control it. It beat on its own. And within all these sounds, there was something deeper, something wider. A stillness that was never disturbed. Not silence because there was no sound, but silence that holds every sound. In that moment, the young monk understood, not through thought, but through the dissolving of thought. Truth has no separate sound. No separate form. No message to deliver. It is here. In birdsong. In wind. In breath. In the act of listening itself. And deeper still, in the stillness between two breaths. The teacher remained with eyes closed, said nothing, yet everything had been said. Tonight, you do not need to search for wisdom. No need to listen with tension. No need to reach any state. Let silence speak instead. Let your body lie still, let your shoulders soften, let your jaw loosen, let your tongue rest. The breath comes, the breath goes, and one controls it. Sounds in the room, sounds far away, sounds of the night. All of them come and go. Yet there is a quiet ground that is always here. Not arriving, not leaving. You do not need to do anything to touch it. Just stop doing. Even meditating can be let go. Only rest remains within yourself. If a thought arises, let it pass like a cloud crossing the moon. If a sensation appears, let it dissolve into the space of awareness. Nothing needs to be held. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Like a forest that does not choose which bird stays. Like the sky that does not keep any cloud longer than it wishes. Just like that, settle deeper, even deeper, until the listener and what is heard are no longer separate. Only silence remains. Not empty, but full. Full of life, full of presence, full of ease. If sleep comes, let it come. If not, simply lie still in the arms of the night. You do not need to understand this story. You do not need to remember it. Just allow it to dissolve into silence. Because silence itself is the final teacher. And you have always been within it. Now, let the story continue to dissolve, like breath blending into night. No one asking and no one answering. Only gentle presence listening to itself. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is the deep ground from which all sound arises and to which it returns. You do not need to pay attention. You do not need to concentrate. Just allow everything to unfold as it is. If there is a distant car sound, let it pass. If the wind touches the door, let it touch and dissolve. If a thought appears, let it arise and fade on its own, without following it. Like a nighttime lake, a leaf falls, ripples spread, then the surface becomes still again. You are that lake, not the leaf, not the ripples. Your body is growing heavier, not from exhaustion, but from no longer needing to hold. Your shoulders soften a little more. Your back is supported by the bed, by the earth, by life itself. The breath slows. No one slows it returns natural to its ancient rhythm. Between two breaths, there is a very subtle space. Not a gap, but an open door. With every exhale, a bit of tension dissolves. With every inhale, nothing new is carried in, just air. You do not need to become anyone else. No need to improve. No need to awaken. Just allow rest. This rest is not something you create. It is already here. Just as silence has always been here, even before you listened. If you feel that you are listening, let the listener dissolve as well. Sounds still arrive, but there is no center. No me meditating and me trying to sleep. Only happening. Like night passing across the sky, with no witness required. These words do not ask to be understood. They are only a lullaby. If a sentence enters a dream, let it blur. If you no longer hear clearly, that is perfectly fine. Because when hearing fades, silence has done its work. There is no destination. No ending. Only gradual dissolving. Dissolving of sound, dissolving of thought, dissolving of what is called me. Like a candle that does not go out suddenly. It simply grows dim, and light returns to darkness. And darkness was never gone. If now you are floating between waking and sleep, remain there. No need to move forward. This moment lacks nothing. Even you do not need to be here. Let the rest be held by silence. Like the night forest holding insect sounds. Like the sky holding stars without grasping. Everything is okay. Nothing more is needed. Nothing needs to be removed. Only night, breath, and silence gently expanding. And if sleep has already arrived, then this story has completed its task. Silence continues. No words needed. No knowing required. Only deep rest. Very deep. Now, the story no longer moves forward. It turns slowly, like a windmill turning at night. Each rotation lighter than the last. Not going anywhere, just dissolving. Breath still moves in and out, but no one is counting. You may hear silence more clearly than sound. Silence is not outside, that it is not in the ears. It is everywhere, like water soaking into earth. All sensations in the body are allowed to soften. Forehead soft, eyelids soft, throat soft. Chest no longer needs to lift. Belly no longer needs to hold. Limbs are held by the ground. No need to be sure you are doing this right. There is no right or wrong in sleep. Only dissolving and more dissolving. If a memory appears, let it be like mist. Do not enter it. Do not push it away. It will fade on its own when it is not named. You are not the memory. You are not the thought. You are not even the one lying here. All of is simply phenomena arising and passing in a vast space. That space has no boundaries, no center, no owner. With each loop that passes, what is called I becomes a little lighter. Not because it is erased, but because it is no longer needed. Just as in deep sleep, you do not carry your name. You do not carry your life story. You do not even carry the question. Only rest remains. Very simple. If you still hear this voice, let it become part of the silence. No need to follow each word. Let words pass like distant rain. Whether you hear or not no longer matters. The only thing that matters is not trying. In not trying, a door opens. Not opening somewhere, but opening out of needing to be someone. And then even the door disappears. Only night remains. Night does not know it is night. Sleep is the same. It comes when no one is waiting. If you are already asleep, these words are just wind. If you are not yet asleep, that is fine too. There is nothing to achieve. Just lie there. Let the body do its work. Let the mind take a break. Each next loop will have fewer words, less meaning, and more silence. You may hear only a steady rhythm, like small waves touching sand at night. No message, no instruction, only a lullaby, lulling the body, lulling the mind, lulling the one who listens. Until there is no listener, only sleep remains. Deep sleep, very deep. Now, the next loop begins without announcement. No starting point, no direction, only a very gentle continuation. No need to follow, no need to remember. Sounds fade, as if the earths no longer need to work. Silence grows wider, not because there is more, but because there is less. Less thought, less identification, less of what is called me. If a single word is still heard, let it dissolve as soon as it appears. No need to hold it to the end of the sentence. No need to understand what it means. Like the sound of a leaf falling at night. No one counts. No one remembers. The body already knows how to sleep. It learned that long ago. You do not need to teach it again. Just do not interfere. Each time you do not interfere, sleep goes one layer deeper. No layers. No measurable depth. Only more dissolving. Dissolving of sensation. Dissolving of ideas. Dissolving of the listener. If you still feel that you are here, that is not wrong. Let even that feeling be held by silence. No pushing. No pulling. Only holding. like night holding the earth. No need for names. No need for light. Everything is dark in auto rest. This loop carries no message. It carries only rhythm. Very steady. Very slow. If you are asleep, this rhythm will accompany you into dreams. If you are not asleep, this rhythm will help you forget that you are supposed to sleep. And in forgetting, sleep arrives. The final loop is no longer words. Only the echo of words. Like when a bell has stopped, but space still trembles gently. You do not need to hear. No need to listen. No need to stay. Everything just happening on its own. Breath may be very subtle, or no longer noticed at all. That is completely okay. The body knows the way. The mind has let go. No more questions. No more searching. No one left to understand. If there is a long space, let it be long. Do not fill it with words. Do not fill it with meaning. That space is the deepest sleep. There, no one is awake. No one is asleep. Only nameless rest. If this voice fades away, it means it has completed its work. No need to say goodbye. No need for an ending. Silence has been here from the beginning, and will remain in the end. When the teacher closed his eyes, nothing needed to be explained. The question dissolved into the quiet air. Birdsong faded. The wind softened, and silence remained, wide and open. In that stillness, there was no effort to understand, no reaching, no holding, only awareness, resting as it is. Zen reminds us, when the mind stops listening for meaning, life begins to move on its own, and slowly, the silence begins to flow. Not as sound, not as thought, but as a gentle movement, like water finding its way. From stillness, motion is born. From listening, surrender begins. And as the night deepens, we turn from the quiet of silence to the teaching of the river. A river that does not argue. A river that does not resist. And this is where the next story unfolds. Lie still that if you are sitting, allow your body to soften that if you are lying down, let your weight sink deeply. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to achieve. Just be here. One breath in, slow point, one breath out, thump. And in this quiet, let the story begin. Long ago, in a quiet mountain region, there lived a woodcutter who lived a very simple life. Each morning, before the sun rose high, he woke, slung his axe, worn smooth by years, over his shoulder, and walked into the forest. Not rushing, not lingering, just walking. The familiar path led him to a river not wide, but deep. The water flowed steadily, not loud, not silent. Every day he crossed that river. Some days the water was smooth as silk, some days it was cloudy and fast. So he crossed, without much thought, without questions, just stepping. Breathe a little slower now, feel the chest rise, then gently fall. The woodcutter knew no philosophy, he read no scriptures, he sought no path. Yet every step he took was meditation. He crossed the river the way one crosses a moment in life. Not clinging, not pushing away, just passing through. Until one morning, the mist hung low, the stones by the river were slick. One step out of rhythm. He slipped. In that moment, time seemed to stop. The sound of water grew louder, the breath became sharp. The body fell into the cold river. Let your breath slow. No need to imagine, just listen. The woodcutter panicked. Instinct surged. He thrashed. He struggled. Hands slapped the water. Legs kicked without direction. The river did not stop. The water kept flowing. The more he resisted, the more he sank. The more he tried, the more exhausted his body became. Breath racing, heart pounding. This is how suffering begins. Not because of the river, but because of resistance. Zen teaches, suffering does not come from circumstances. Suffering comes from opposing them. The woodcutter did not know this, that he only knew he was running out of strength. At some point, in complete exhaustion, he stopped. Not from understanding, not from awakening, simply because there was no strength left. And in that moment, everything changed. When he stopped resisting, the river was still flowing. But now, it was no longer his enemy. The water lifted his body. Light, gentle. The woodcutter floated with the current. No need to swim. No need to try. Just letting go. Breath returned, slow, deep. And before long, the river carried him to the shore. His body touched land. The woodcutter lay there, not thinking, just listening to the water. There was no lesson. No teaching. Only a truth etched into the body itself. That to resist is to sink. To let go is to float. Let this story spread slowly within you. No need to understand. Just feel. Now return to your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Somewhere in your life, you are also like the woodcutter. There is a river. Something you cannot control. A fear. A worry. A quiet resistance. Zen does not tell you to change the river. Zen only whispers. Don't fight the water. Right now, observe. No judgment, just noticing. Where are you holding tension? The shoulders? The chest? The jaw? Breathe in, and as you breathe out, softly release. Just as the woodcutter released his grip. No need for bravery, just honesty. The river of life does not want to harm you. It only flows. When you resist, you tire. When you allow, you are supported. Let your body understand this before the mind does. Now we enter a loop of stillness. The words will slow. Between each sentence, there is space. Breathing in, the river enters. Breathing out, letting go. No place to go. No one to become. Just drifting. Let the eyes rest half closed. No need to sleep. No need to be awake. Just in between. Breathing in, like water touching the shore. Breathing out, like water pulling away. Not holding, not pushing. The river keeps flowing whether you watch it or not. You do not need to do anything for the river to flow. And in the same way, you do not need to do anything to be at peace. Just stop resisting. If a thought appears, let it drift. Do not follow. Do not chase away. Like a leaf passing in front of the eyes. Then disappearing. Breathing in light. Breathing out long. The body is being supported. The bed, the air, gravity. You do not need to hold yourself up. The earth will not drop you. Release a little more. There is nothing to hold on to. Even the thought, I am meditating, can be released. There is no meditator, only breathing happening. There is no sleeper, only sleep arriving. Just as the river does not try to flow. It is simply water. So are you. No need to be anyone. No need to become anyone. Breath breathes itself. Heart beats itself. The body knows how to rest. Trust that. If sounds appear, let them pass through. Do not name them. Do not judge. Just waves. Then gone. Here, there is no need for a self. Your name is unnecessary. Your life story can pause for now. In this moment, there are only sensations. Warm, heavy, soft. No one owns these sensations. They arise on their own. They fade on their own. Like the breath. Not yours, not anyone's. Just life moving. Release the idea of me. No effort required. Just no grasping. Stay here. Do not return to the past. Do not step into the future. This momentous enough. This brea this enough. This bed, this darkness, this quiet. Enough. If sleep comes, let it come. If it doesn't, that's fine too. The river is not rushing to the sea. It flows. So do you. No need to hear every word clearly. Let sound drift through. Like water brushing the skin. No grasping. No holding. Meaning can dissolve too. Only rhythm remains. Breathing in. Breathing out. Longer space. No need to follow. The body is slowly falling asleep. Naturally. No one is doing this. It is happening on its own. There is no one letting go. Letting go is simply happening. Like nightfall. No one pulls the sky closed. No explanation needed. Darkness arrives gently. Sleep does too. If a thought remains, let it rest. Do not finish it. Do not conclude it. Leave it unfinished. No need to remember what you are hearing. No need to know how long it has been. Time is dissolving. Boundaries are dissolving. Inside, outside, awake, asleep. No need to separate. Only one current. And you are in it. Or there is no you. It makes no difference. Here, everything just done. Nothing left to fix. Nothing left to understand. Only rest. Deep, soft, bottomless. If the sound stops, that is fine. If it continues, that is fine too. The river has carried you to the shore. And now, you may rest here. No rushing. No guiding. No pulling. Just the same rhythm. If you are reading these lines, there may be a very light moment of waking before everything settles again. There is nothing to do with this moment. No need to remember it. Like standing at the riverbank, not stepping forward, not turning back. Just listening to the water. If you continue working with this meditation, let it lead you. Do not force it to be perfect. Sleep meditation does not need to be complete. It only needs to be gentle enough not to wake you. If you are resting, that is good too. There is no need to continue the conversation. I am still here. I end the same current. Not saying more, not leaving. Whenever you call, the river will answer. When the river set him gently on the shore, there was nothing left to do. No struggle to remember. No lesson to carry. The body rested. The breath returned to its own rhythm. Water flowed on. Without asking for gratitude. Without leaving a trace. Zen teaches, when effort falls away, clarity does not rush in. It arrives quietly, like a night with no questions. Like a path that needs no signs. In that resting, something begins to glow. Not as thought, not as meaning, but as simple presence, steady and soft. When resistance ends, awareness remains, and awareness needs no name. As the current fades into stillness, we turn toward a small light, not to explain it, only to see. And this is where the next story begins. If right now you are lying down, Let the body be still, and no need to do anything more, and no need to try to sleep, and no need to try to meditate. Just be here. In the night, when all sounds settle, when the questions in the mind grow tired, there is a very thin space between waking and sleep. There, no name is needed, and in that place, a small story is waiting for you. Long ago, in an old temple, not large, not small, hidden among ancient pine trees, there lived a monk who had been there a very long time, and no one remembered where he came from, and no one knew how many years he had stayed. He left no traces, only presence. One afternoon, as the sun leaned very low, a seeker came that he carried many questions, questions that had followed him for many years. He bowed, sat before the monk and asked, "Master, what is enlightenment?" The question fell to the ground, light as a leaf, not urgent, not heavy, just falling. The monk did not reply at once. He did not look at the sky, did not look at the questioner. He only reached out and took a small object beside him. A lamp, small, old, without decoration, without a name. He lifted the lamp. Light spread very gently, not bright, not strong, just in see. Then he said only one word, "This." Nothing more. No explanation. No definition. The lamp does not speak of itself. It does not say, "I am light." It does not say, "I am truth." It only shines. The lamp does not ask where it is. It does not compare its light to other lights. It does not remember the darkness before. It only shines. If right now you do not know where you are in life, it is okay. The lamp does not need a map. Just stay. Do not step forward. Do not step back. Stay in this breath. Stay in the growing heaviness off the body. The lamp goes nowhere. The light spreads by itself. No need to become a better person. No need to become another version. No need to heal more. The lamp does not try to fix the darkness. It only shines. You do not need to fix yourself in order to rest. The seeker is silent. In that moment, there is no new question, only light falling on the wooden floor, falling on the sleeve, falling on the breath itself. The lamp does not try to do anything. It does not strive, does not prove, does not need to be understood. It only exists. And in that light, all concepts begin to fall away. Enlightenment is not an idea, not a state to be achieved, not a destination. Enlightenment is when there is no longer a need to explain. The nameless lamp is here. You are here. Nothing to do, nothing to understand, just here. Do not think. Do not remember. Do not hope. Do not fear. There is only the breath breathing itself. The nameless lamp. You do not need a name in the night. The monk looks at the seeker, very gently, very slowly, and continues, as if speaking to the air. The lamp does not ask why it is here. It does not ask permission to shine. It does not worry whether its light is enough. You are the same. You do not need to explain your existence. Just being here is already enough. Here, no one here, only being. The nameless lamp. No more words. No more hearing. No knowing that you are hearing. Light does not need to be seen. The lamp does not need to be remembered. Now, if you can, let the questions within yours. No need to answer them tonight. No need to fix yourself. No need to become someone else. Just lie there, like the lamp, shining without effort. You do not need to prove that you are worthy. No need to tell your life story. No need to recall mistakes. The lamp does not remember the darkness before it only shines. And when the light does not need to be understood, the body begins to soften, shoulders drop, jaw relaxes, breath deepens. The lamp is still there, unchanged, not lost, even when you sleep. You do not disappear in sleep, you only rest, like light being placed down in the night. The seeker still sits there. The lamp is still held up, more words. Then the monk sets the lamp down, not because the story is finished, but because there is nothing left to say. The lamp remains, even when no one looks. Light does not need a witness to be light. In your life, how many times have you thought you needed to be seen, to be understood, to be acknowledged? As if without being seen, you did not exist. The lamp does not think this way. It does not ask, "Is anyone looking at me?" It only stays and shines. The monk speaks very softly. When you still ask, "Who am I?" it is because you are not here. When the question stops, presence begins. Presence is not concentration, not trying to stay awake. Presence is when you do not leave this moment, not going to the past, not running to the future. Just lying here, breathing, like the lamp resting on the table. The seeker asks again, his voice now quieter. "This lamp, does it have a name, master?" The monk shakes his head. "If you name it, you will think you understand it. But light does not need a name. You too. Your name is only a sound being called. Your story, only memory. Your role, only a temporary shape. Behind all of that, there is a nameless presence. And that nameless presence is breathing through you. Now, let everything begin to dissolve. Not dissolve in pain, but dissolve like mist. Thoughts dissolve first. Emotions dissolve next. The sense of me dissolves last. No need to push them away, just do not hold. The lamp does not hold the light. The light moves by itself. You do not need to hold yourself. You already are. The lamp is still there. You are still here. No need to move. No need to understand. Light shines, then fades into darkness. Breath in, then out. Nothing to complete, just being. The monk says, "One who wants enlightenment has not yet let go." The lamp does not want to shine. It just shines. If you are listening to this and still hoping to reach some state, let that desire to place down. Sleep needs no goal. Meditation needs no result. The lamp does not need to become a better lamp. The lamp does not ask for directions. The light does not choose where it goes. The breath needs no instruction. The body knows how to rest. You do not need to do anything more. If the eyelids feel heavy, let them be heavy. If thoughts drift, let them drift. No need to hold this voice. No need to hear every word. Like light, still there even when you do not look. The nameless lamp in the night. Not brighter, not dimmer, just there. You do there. And then, no more story. Only breath. And then, only silence. The nameless lamp does not disappear. It only does not need to be mentioned anymore. The small lamp continues to glow. It does not hurry. It does not fade. Its light rests softly in the room, touching the walls, the floor, the quiet air. Nothing asks it to be brighter. Nothing asks it to be different. The lamp does not look for perfection. It does not correct what it sees. It simply illuminates. Light and shadow remain together. Where the light reaches, things become visible. Where it does not, things are allowed to rest. Zen reminds us, awakening is not a removal. It is a gentle seeing. The light does not clean the room. It only reveals what is already here. Dust on the floor, time on the wood, soft marks left by living. The lamp does not turn away from these signs. It does not call them mistakes. It allows them to be. As the night deepens, the light falls on fabric, unfolds, on the quiet weight of cloth. A robe resting after a long day. Creased, touched by the path. No explanation is needed. Life leaves traces. And traces mean life has been lived. Zen teaches, nothing real is untouched. Even light carries shadows. Even walking leaves marks. Even learning leaves stains. The lamp continues to glow, patient and still. It does not ask the robe to be clean. It does not ask the path to be smooth. It shines on what is present, just as it is. In this light, judgment softens. What once felt like error begins to feel like experience. What once felt heavy begins to rest. The breath slows. The body understands, before the mind does, that nothing needs to be erased, to be whole. That nothing needs to be hidden, to be accepted. The lamp does not hurry the night. It allows time to unfold, and slowly, the meaning of illumination changes. It is no longer about clarity. It is about kindness. A kindness that does not correct. A kindness that does not compare. A kindness that sees a mark and does not turn away. As the light continues to glow, attention drifts gently toward the quiet lessons of imperfection, toward the understanding that learning often arrives, wearing the shape of a mistake, toward the knowing that stains are not failures, but places where life touched us. The lamp remains steady, and in its quiet presence, we move naturally toward the next story, not as a new beginning, but as a continuation, a simple lesson, softly illuminated. In the temple courtyard at dawn, the ground is still wet after the night rain. Soft mud, not dirty, just earth blended with water. A young novice walks quickly. The hem of his robe brushes the ground. A smear of mud marks the cloth. Not big, but enough to be seen. The novice stops short. His heart tightens just a little. The thought passes through, I've ruined it. He bows his head, brings the robe to the teacher. His voice is small, barely trembling. Teacher, I'm sorry, I dirted the robe. The teacher looks at the stain, looks for a long time. Then he smiles, a smile so gentle that if you don't listen, you might miss it. If there were no mud, how would you learn how to wash? Let this story open softly in your mind. That I no need to understand, that I no need to think. Just listen. Right now, you don't have to fix anything. Just breathe. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out long. The mud is still there, but the blaming voice has dissolved. In life, we are like that novice. We walk that we bump into things that we leave marks behind. Sometimes it's mud, sometimes a scratch, sometimes a careless word, sometimes a wrong choice. Then we call it mistake, fault, failure. And we apologize to ourselves in silence. We blame that we regret that we think, if only. But very rare lido we smile like the teacher. Very rare lido we ask, if there were no mud, how would I learn how to wash? Let that question fall very slowly. No need to answer. Just let it be there. Like mud on cloth. Mud is not the enemy of the robe. It is only the condition that allows water to be used. Without mud, there is no washing. Without washing, there is no clean. Without clean, there is no understanding. In the Buddhist path, there is no concept of fault as a verdict, only awareness, learning, letting go. Mistakes are not for punishment. Mistakes are doors that lead back to wakefulness. If tonight an old memory suddenly rises in you, something you once regretted, a word you once said wrong, a choice that still aches, look at it like a mud stain on a robe. Not to tear the robe, not to hide it, just to wash. Washing doesn't need to hurry. Wash with the warm water off understanding. Wash with the gentle hands-off compassion. Wash with time. Sit still, breathe, and let the water flow. Breathe in, breathe out. Each breath is like a drop of water, not strong, not many, just steady. The stain begins to fade, not because you hate it, but because you allow it to dissolve. If there were no mud, how would you learn to wash? If there were no stumbles, how would you learn to walk slowly? If there were no wrong turns, how would you know how to return? If there were no night, how would you know morning? If there were no tiredness, how would you know rest? If there were no mistakes, how would you learn to love? Let these lines repeat very softly. No need to remember, no need to follow. Just let your mind drift with the rhythm. Mud comes, mud stays, mud goes. The robe is not sad. The robe is not angry. The robe only waits for water. Water comes, water flows, water leaves. What remains is lightness. You are the same. Feelings come, feelings stay, feelings dissolve. You are not the feeling. You are the space the feeling moves through. No need to fix. No need to be right. No need to be perfect. Just let go. Let go of memory. Let go of names. Let go of the story of who you are. Only breathing remains, only listening, only drifting. If there were no mud, how would you learn to wash? And then even the question dissolves. No mud no robe. No student. No teacher. Only stillness. Rest now. You don't need to carry anything with you. Tonight you are allowed to be clean. Not because you were never dirty, but because you learned how to wash. Sleep now. Every stain has finished its lesson. Silence. If you are still awake, don't try to sleep, just lie there. The body lies, the breath breathes itself, thoughts come, then go. No need to follow. No need to push away. Like mud it comes when it comes. It dissolves when it dissolves. You do nothing, and because of that, everything happens on its own. If there were no mud, how would you learn to wash? There is no more story. No more lesson. No one listening. Only distant sound, only wide space. Breathing in-ness if not breathing. Breathing out as if not breathing. Here, there is no right or wrong. No clean or dirty. The robe dissolves into cloth. Cloth dissolves into thread. Thread dissolves into nothing. Mud dissolves into earth. Earth dissolves into dust. Dust dissolves into night. Now, even the breath doesn't need attention. Everything runs itself. Sleep comes on its own. If one last thought appears, let it drift by like the last cloud in the sky. Don't hold. Don't remember. No need for brightness. Only night, only rest, only dissolving. There were no mud. A very long silence. Here, all lessons are complete. Sleep deeply, very deeply. If you still hear this voice, let it become distant background. No need to understand the words. No need to follow meaning. Just sound, drifting, dissolving. Like waves far from shore, they appear, then disappear. If there were no mud, how would you learn to wash? The body lies still, like earth. Earth does not think, earth does not remember. All heaviness and lightness fall away on their own. Thoughts come only to leave. No one holds. No one pushes. Only a gentle darkness remains. Now, the story of you has fallen asleep first. Names dissolve, roles dissolve, memories dissolve. No need to become anyone. No need to be better. Just disappear very softly. If sleep has come, let it go even deeper. No need to stay aware. No need to remember listening. Each repetition is like another wave carrying you farther from shore. Farther, lighter. Here, there is no more learning. No more washing. Mud and water are already one. The robe dissolves. The person dissolves. Only sleep. If the breath is still noticed, let it fade. No need to follow in. No need to follow out. The breath breathes itself. You are not there. Like night covering itself in darkness. Here, there is no before. No after. No, how long until? No, how long ago? Only a thick drifting layer that cannot be measured. If there is still a sense of, I am listening, let that sense dissolve like mist. No one listening. No one speaking. Sound echoes then fades on its own. Awareness sinks deeper. No bottom. No stopping point. Only falling very gently. Now, let there be more silence than words. Nothing more is needed. Here, sleep is steady. You do not need to wake. Every repetition only rocks you deeper. If there were no mud, how would you learn to wash? The robe lies quietly now. No hands are washing it. No eyes are judging it. The mud has already done its work. What needed to be learned has been learned. Fabric softens in the night air. Breath softens in the body. Nothing needs to be corrected. Zen whispers. When regret releases its grip, the heart becomes light. There is no need to return to the moment of the stain. Time has already moved on. Understanding does not hurry. It rests. The body rests with it. As effort fades, the mind no longer searches for a place to stand. Thoughts slow. Edges blur. What remains is space, a quiet openness that does not ask permission, not an answer, not a solution, just an absence of barriers, like a path with no fence, like a doorway without weight, no handle to turn, no lock to open, nothing to prove, nothing to earn. The night holds this openness gently. Breath moves in. Breath moves out, each breath passing through a space already open. Zen teaches, freedom does not arrive. It is noticed. It does not appear suddenly. It has always been here. As the mind relaxes, searching becomes unnecessary. The body understands. Before the mind does, there is no threshold to cross. No moment to wait for, only a quiet readiness, like standing before a gate that has never been closed, like realizing you have already arrived. The robe rests, the breath rests, and in this resting, attention drifts naturally toward what is open, without effort, without movement. And so, the night continues to deepen, and softly, we move toward the next story, not as a journey, but as a noticing. That traveler had been walking for a very long time. No one clearly remembered when he began. They only knew that, with every step he took, there was a silent question carried along. Where must I go to be free? He walked through red dusty roads, through nameless forests, through villages where people spoke of liberation in firm, certain voices. Some said, freedom is ahead. Some said, freedom lies beyond suffering. Others whispered, you must leave everything behind. Only then can you pass through the gate. The traveler nodded and kept walking. He learned how to endure, learned how to force himself into stillness, learned how to deny his emotions. He sat in meditation under the rain, fasted under the burning sun, stayed awake through long nights waiting for a moment called enlightenment. But the farther he went, the more tired he became. The question was still there. Only his legs were heavier. Years passed like breath dissolving into morning mist. His hair slowly turned gray, not because of time, but because of effort. Effort to become someone worthy of freedom. He memorized scriptures, committed every teaching to memory, compared himself to those who had already arrived. Then each time he felt lacking purity, lacking concentration, lacking awakening. The traveler did not know that the very thought of I am lacking was already a burden. But he kept walking, because he believed the gate must be very far away. One day, when his legs no longer wanted to move, the traveler reached a quiet valley. No signposts, no teachers, no promises, only a gate. Simple, unlocked. He stopped. No guard, no ritual, no questions. Just an open gate. A gentle wind passed through the frame. Calm light rested on the other side. The traveler hesitated. Perhaps this isn't it. Perhaps I'm not enough yet. He stood there a long time. Did not step forward. At last, out of exhaustion, out of having nothing left to strive for, he stepped forward. Not as a victor, but as one who let go. And when he crossed, there was no blinding light, no ringing bells, no dramatic moment, only lightness. So light he almost didn't notice it. He turned back to look. The gate was still open. It had never been locked. It had never needed opening. A quiet thought drifted by. I walked to find what was never lost. Zen does not speak loudly. Zen whispers. Zen says, freedom is not ahead, not behind, not inside effort. Freedom was never locked. Only the mind builds fences. You are not late. You are only realizing you were never imprisoned. Now, you may set the story down. No need to understand more. No need to remember. Just breathe. Breathe in as if you never had to run. Breathe out as if there is nowhere left to go. The gate is there. Open. No need to step. No need to cross. Just stop. The traveler no longer walks. There is nowhere to go. The gate remains open. The wind still blows. The light is still there. Not urging. Not inviting. Just being. Breath in. Breath out. No one arrives. No one leaves. If you are listening, let these words dissolve. There is no freedom to achieve. No chains to break. Only tiredness being allowed to rest. Only this body being allowed to soften. The gate is not locked, because it never needed to be. No need to remember the story. No need to remember the traveler. Only the breath. Slow. Each exhale is a step that need not be taken. Each inhale is a return to where you never left. No words. No images. Just sleep. Just rest. Just open. No need to go on. There is no road. Breathing in light as mist. Breathing out, long and fading. No gate to find. No path to walk. Only this body being gently set down. Only this mind being allowed to rest. If anything remains, let it fall on its own. No holding. No pushing. The gate is not locked. It does not need opening. It is there before you think of it. It is there after every thought dissolves. Breath slows. Shoulders soften. Forehead releases. No one crosses. No one returns. Only openness doing nothing at all. No need for freedom. No need for liberation. Even desire is allowed to sleep. If a thought drifts by, let it drift. Do not follow. Do not push away. Like clouds that need no sky to hold them. Like sleep that does not need effort. The body grows heavy. Very slowly. Hands release. Feet release. Breath finds its own rhythm. The mind does not need to understand. No questions. No answers. Just sleep. Not inside. Not outside. Not here. Not there. Not before. Not after. Only a widening stillness. If you hear this voice, let it move farther away. Like rain falling somewhere you don't need to know. Breathing in very light. Breathing out very long. Between the two breaths nothing is needed. No name. No form. If you are still awake, it's okay. If you are already asleep, that's okay too. Nothing wrong. Nothing right. No more one who walks. No more one who seeks. The story ended long ago. Only a rhythm very even. Only darkness very gentle. The gate remains open. But no one stands before it. You do not enter sleep. Sleep comes to you. Slow. Like night that needs no permission. Like wind that needs no name. Let go a little more. No need to know what you are letting go of. These words do not need remembering. They are only a rhythm for you to fall into. When you no longer hear clearly, that is right. When you no longer distinguish, that is right. Sleep now. No need to stay. Nothing needs adding. Nothing needs removing. Just open. Just sleep. No need to walk anymore. No path left. Breath in. Light as dew. Breath out. And dissipating. No gate to find. No path to walk. Only this body is being laid down. Only this mind is allowed to rest. If anything remains, let it fall on its own. Do not hold. Do not push. The gate is not locked. No need to open. It is there before you think of it. It is there after all thoughts have dissolved. Breath slows down. Shoulders relax. Forehead loosens. No one steps through. No one turns back. Only the opening requires nothing. No need for freedom. No need for liberation. Even desires are allowed to sleep. If a thought passes by, let it pass. Don't chase it. Like clouds, they don't need the sky to hold them. Like sleep, it doesn't need you to try. The body sinks down. Very slowly. Hands let go. Feet let go. Breath finds its own rhythm. The mind doesn't need to understand. No questions. No answers. Not inside. Not outside. Not here. Not there. Not before. Not after. Just the silence is expanding. If you hear this voice, let it fade away, like the sound of rain, in a place that doesn't need to be known. Inhale very gently, very slowly. Between two breaths, nothing is needed. No name, no form. If awake, it's okay. If asleep, it's okay too. There is no wrong. There is no right. No one travels anymore. No one searches anymore. The story is long over. Only a very steady rhythm remains. Only a very gentle darkness remains. The gate is still open, but no one stands before it anymore. You don't go to sleep. Sleep comes to you, slow, gentle, like the night, needs no permission, like the wind, needs no name. Go a little more, without knowing what to let go of. These words don't need to be remembered. They are just the rhythm for you to fall. When you can no longer hear clearly, that's right. When you can no longer distinguish, that's right. Go to sleep. No need to stay. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be removed. Just open. Just sleep. No need to walk anymore. No path left. Breath in. Light as dew. Breath out. And dissipating. No gate to find. No path to walk. Only this body is being laid down. Only this mind is allowed to rest. If anything remains, let it fall on its own. Do not hold. Do not push. The gate is not locked. No need to open. It is there before you think of it. It is there after all thoughts have dissolved. Breath slows down. Shoulders relax. Forehead loosens. No one steps through. No one turns back. Only the opening requires nothing. No need for freedom. No need for liberation. Even desires are allowed to sleep. If a thought passes by, let it pass. Don't chase it. Like clouds, they don't need the sky to hold them. Like sleep, it doesn't need you to try. The body sinks down. Very slowly. Hands let go. Feet let go. Breath finds its own rhythm. The mind doesn't need to understand. No questions. No answers. Not inside. Not outside. Not here. Not there. Not before. Not after. Just the silence is expanding. If you hear this voice, let it fade away, like the sound of rain, in a place that doesn't need to be known. Inhale very gently, very slowly. Between two breaths, nothing is needed. No name, no form. If awake, it's okay. If asleep, it's okay too. There is no wrong. There is no right. No one travels anymore. No one searches anymore. The story is long over. Only a very steady rhythm remains. Only a very gentle darkness remains. The gate is still open, but no one stands before it anymore. You don't go to sleep. Sleep comes to you, slow, gentle, like the night, needs no permission, like the wind, needs no name. Go a little more, without knowing what to let go of. These words don't need to be remembered. They are just the rhythm for you to fall. When you can no longer hear clearly, that's right. When you can no longer distinguish, that's right. Go to sleep. No need to stay. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be removed. Just open. Just sleep. No need to walk anymore. No path left. Breath in. Light as dew. Breath out. And dissipating. No gate to find, no path to walk. Only this body is being laid down. Only this mind is allowed to rest. If anything remains, let it fall on its own. Do not hold. Do not push. The gate is not locked. No need to open. It is there before you think of it. It is there after all thoughts have dissolved. Breath slows down. Shoulders relax. Forehead loosens. No one steps through. No one turns back. Only the opening requires nothing. No need for freedom. No need for liberation. Even desires are allowed to sleep. If a thought passes by, let it pass. Don't chase it. Like clouds, they don't need the sky to hold them. Like sleep, it doesn't need you to try. The body sinks down, very slowly. Hands let go. Feet let go. Breath finds its own rhythm. The mind doesn't need to understand. No questions. No answers. Not inside. Not outside. Not here. Not there. Not before. Not after. Just the silence is expanding. If you hear this voice, let it fade away, like the sound of rain, in a place that doesn't need to be known. Inhale very gently, very slowly. Between two breaths, nothing is needed. No name, no form. If awake, it's okay. If asleep, it's okay too. There is no wrong. There is no right. No one travels anymore. No one searches anymore. The story is long over. Only a very steady rhythm remains. Only a very gentle darkness remains. The gate is still open, but no one stands before it anymore. You don't go to sleep. Sleep comes to you, slow, gentle, like the night, needs no permission, like the wind, needs no name. Go a little more, without knowing what to let go of. These words don't need to be remembered. They are just the rhythm for you to fall. When you can no longer hear clearly, that's right. When you can no longer distinguish, that's right. Go to sleep. No need to stay. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be removed. Just open. Just sleep. No need to walk anymore. No path left. Breath in. Light as dew. Breath out. And dissipating. No gate to find. No path to walk. Only this body is being laid down. Only this mind is allowed to rest. If anything remains, let it fall on its own. Do not hold. Do not push. The gate is not locked. No need to open. It is there before you think of it. It is there after all thoughts have dissolved. Breath slows down. Shoulders relax. Forehead loosens. No one steps through. No one turns back. Only the opening requires nothing. No need for freedom. No need for liberation. Even desires are allowed to sleep. If a thought passes by, let it pass. Don't chase it. Like clouds, they don't need the sky to hold them. Like sleep, it doesn't need you to try. The body sinks down, very slowly. Hands let go. Feet let go. Breath finds its own rhythm. The mind doesn't need to understand. No questions. No answers. Not inside. Not outside. Not here. Not there. Not before. Not after. Just the silence is expanding. If you hear this voice, let it fade away, like the sound of rain, in a place that doesn't need to be known. Inhale very gently, very slowly. Between two breaths, nothing is needed. No name. No form. If awake, it's okay. If asleep, it's okay too. There is no wrong. There is no right. No one travels anymore. No one searches anymore. The story is long over. Only a very steady rhythm remains. Only a very gentle darkness remains. The gate is still open, but no one stands before it anymore. You don't go to sleep. Sleep comes to you, slow, gentle, like the night, needs no permission, like the wind, needs no name. Go a little more, without knowing what to let go of. These words don't need to be remembered. They are just the rhythm for you to fall. When you can no longer hear clearly, that's right. When you can no longer distinguish, that's right. Go to sleep. No need to stay. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be removed. Just open. Just sleep. The gate remains open. Nothing passes through it. Nothing needs to. The body stands. The breath moves. No arrival. No departure. Zen whispers, when freedom is noticed, there is nowhere else to go. The night holds this knowing gently. Breath continues, unconcerned with meaning. In the quiet, movement becomes simple. A shift of weight, the soft step, hands resting. Life does not pause at the gate. It continues in small ways. Dust settles again, not as a problem, not as a failure, simply as what happens when it moves. Morning is not announced. It comes quietly. Light touches the ground. Dust becomes visible. Zen teaches, seeing is not judging. The body responds naturally. Hands move. A broom lifts, not to perfect the ground, not to finish the task, only to return to what is here. Each motion is slow, each breath steady. Nothing accumulates, nothing is lost. Dust will return, so will the hands, so will the breath. Practice is not forward motion. It is gentle repetition, like breathing, like resting. The gate remains open, but attention has already moved on. Not away, just into simplicity, into the rhythm that requires no effort. And in this steady quiet, the next story waits, not as a beginning, but as a continuation. Morning in the small temple does not begin with a loud bell. It begins with the soft sound of a broom sweeping across cold stone. No one watches. No one counts. No one praises. There is only an old monk who, every morning, steps into the courtyard, holds a worn bamboo broom, and sweeps. Sweeps leaves. Sweeps dust. Sweeps whatever the wind left behind during the long night. The temple courtyard looks the same every day. And every day the dust returns. Leaves fall again. Fine sand drifts back. Tiny particles the naked eye can barely see. But the monk keeps sweeping. Not hurried. Not bored. Not hoping that one morning the courtyard will stay clean forever. Once, a young novice asked, "Master, the dust comes back every day. After we sweep, it gets dirty again. So, what's the point of sweeping?" The monk didn't answer right away. He kept sweeping. The sound of the broom touching the ground was as soft as breathing. After a long while, he spoke, his voice low, as if speaking to himself. "The dust returns every day. So do I." The novice fell silent. That sentence didn't sound like an answer. It sounded like a door being opened very gently. The monk set the broom down, looked at the courtyard, then at the novice. Practice is not about becoming perfect. Practice is about returning. Returning. Not returning to a faraway place. Not returning to some elevated state. But returning right here. Like the breath. The breath goes out. And then it comes back. No forcing. No holding. No doing it right. Just returning. Like sleep. The mind wanders. Then tires. Then lets go. Then falls. Not because of effort, but because there's nothing left to cling to. The morning broom is not used to defeat the dust. It simply meets the dust with presence. The monk sweeps not because the courtyard is dirty. He sweeps to remember that he is here. Each stroke of the broom is a reminder, I am returning. Some mornings the wind is strong. More leaves fall. Dust rises thickly. Some mornings, everything is still. The courtyard is almost clean. The monk does not prefer one morning over another, because every morning he sweeps, like the human mind. Some days the mind is tangled. Thoughts are many. Emotions are heavy. Some days the mind is light, quiet, empty. But the practice does not change. It's not waiting for the mind to be calm before returning. It's returning so the mind can settle. The broom does not ask, is today worth sweeping? The breath does not ask, is today worth breathing? They simply continue, morning after morning. The broom wears down. The handle grows smooth with the years. The monk's hands grow thinner. But the movement remains the same. Someone from far away might watch and think, how monotonous. But if you stand long enough, listen slowly enough, you'll realize, nothing ever repeats completely. Each speck of dust is new. Each morning is new. Each return is the first time. Practice is not about climbing upward. It is about putting things down. Putting down the wish to be better than yesterday. Putting down the thought, how long have I been practicing? Putting down comparison with anyone else. All that remains, the broom, the stone ground, the breath, and presence. If today you forgot yourself, it's okay. If today your mind is full of dust, it's okay. The dust returns every day. So do you. Just return. Return like the monk holding the broom. Return like the breath touching the nose. Return like the body lying down and allowing itself to rest. No need to be perfect. No need to hold on. No need to stay alert. Just return. Once again. And then, once again. The broom touches the ground again. So, steady. Without purpose. Without an ending. And you can also rest right here. Morning in the temple always arrives quietly. No one calls. No one reminds. The old monk steps into the courtyard on his own, as he has done countless times before. The bamboo broom touches the ground. Not to make the courtyard perfect, just to begin a return. The dust is still there. Leaves still fall. There is no day the courtyard says, I'm clean enough now. And the monk doesn't need to hear that. He sweeps because today he is still here. Just like you. If today you are still breathing, that is enough to return. The broom does not fight the dust. It simply moves along the ground. The dust rises and settles again. No one wins. No one loses. Practice is not about defeating the mind. It is just noticing that the mind is moving and returning. Returning like a hand holding the broom. Returning like a breath touching very lightly. If thoughts appear, that's okay. They're like dust. And you don't need to hate the dust to sweep. This morning has never happened before. Even if the movement feels familiar, The broom is older than yesterday. The hand sweeping is slightly different too. No two sweeps are the same. No two breaths ever repeat. Practice is not in the result. It's in whether you return or not. And right now, you are here. That is enough. The broom is not in a hurry. It doesn't know the time. It only knows to touch and move on. If today you are tired, you don't need to be alert. You only need to lie still and let everything settle. Like dust after it rises. No one needs to push it down. The monk does not count his strokes. Just as you don't need to count your breaths. The breath comes. The breath goes. If you forget to follow it, that's okay. Forgetting is also part of returning. Like finishing one corner and then moving back to another. The broom becomes lighter when it carries no purpose. So do you. You don't need to sleep deeply. You don't need to fall asleep fast. Just put down what you're holding. Put down the thought, I have to sleep. Sleep will come on its own when it's not being called. The dust returns every day. And the monk returns too. No complaints. No blame. If you returned and then forgot again, that's okay. Returning has no limit on how many times. Each time is enough. No need to remember which loop you're in. No need to follow the words. Just let the sound pass through. Like the broom sweeping, sweepy, sweepy. No beginning. No ending. And you can rest right inside this repetition. The broom touches the ground. Very lightly. No need to know what is being swept. There is only slow movement. Like the breath moving on its own. You don't need to follow. Just let it be. The broom touches again. If you don't remember what you're listening to, that's okay. Forgetting is letting go. Letting go is resting. Like the courtyard not remembering yesterday's dust. The broom doesn't remember the last sweep either. No need to name the return. No need to say, I am meditating. Just the body being here. Heavy, then light. Like dust settling when the wind stops. There is no destination. There is no result. There is nothing to achieve. The broom does not know whether it is finished. Neither do you. There is only a very gentle continuing. The breath comes. No one calls it. The breath goes. No one sends it off. If you don't know that you are breathing, that is exactly right. No more one who sweeps. No more courtyard. Only very small movement. And then even that dissolves. Like sleep that doesn't need to begin. If this part has been heard before, or never heard, it makes no difference. Because no one is holding on. The broom sweeps. 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 You don't need to sleep deeply. You only need to not go anywhere. Stay with the sound. And then the sound also leaves. Like the broom being set down without saying goodbye. The broom touches the ground. Very lightly. No need to know what is being done. There is only one very slow movement. Like a breath passing through without notice. Dust rises. Then settles. No one pushes it down. No one holds it back. Everything finds its own place. If you don't remember what you're listening to, that's okay. Forgetting is letting go. Letting go is resting. Like the temple courtyard not remembering old footprints. No need to name sleep. No need to know that you are meditating. Just the body lying here. Heavy, then light. There is no destination. There is nothing to reach. The broom does not know when it is done. You don't need to know either. Just continue very gently. The breath comes. The breath goes. No need to follow. No need to count. If you don't know that you are breathing, that is exactly right. No more one who sweeps. No more broom. No more courtyard. Only a very wide softness. And then even the softness dissolves. The broom sweeps, sweeps, sweeps. No beginning. No ending. No one doing it. You don't need to sleep deeply. You only need to not go anywhere. Stay with the sound. And then the sound also leaves. No more need to listen. No more need to understand. No more need to remember. Only a space very dark. Very still. The broom touches the ground. Very lightly. No need to know what is being done. There is only one very slow movement. Like a breath passing through without notice. Dust rises. Then settles. No one pushes it down. No one holds it back. Everything finds its own place. If you don't remember what you're listening to, that's okay. Forgetting is letting go. Letting go is resting. Like the temple courtyard not remembering old footprints. No need to name sleep. No need to know that you are meditating. Just the body lying here. Heavy, then light. There is no destination. There is nothing to achieve. The broom does not know when it is finished. You don't need to know either. Just continue very gently. The breath comes. The breath goes. No need to follow. No need to count. If you don't know that you are breathing, that is exactly right. No more one who sweeps. No more broom. No more courtyard. Only a very wide softness. And then even the softness dissolves. The broom sweeps, sweeps, sweeps. No beginning. No ending. No one doing it. You don't need to sleep deeply. You only need to not go anywhere. Stay with the sound. And then the sound also leaves. No more need to listen. No more need to understand. No more need to remember. Only a space very dark. Very still. The broom touches the ground. Very lightly. No need to know what is being done. There is only one very slow movement. Like a breath passing through without notice. Dust rises. Then settles. No one pushes it down. No one holds it back. Everything finds its own place. If you don't remember what you're listening to, that's okay. Forgetting is letting go. Letting go is resting. Like the temple courtyard not remembering old footprints. No more need to listen. No more need to understand. No more need to remember. Only a space very dark. Very still. The broom touches the ground. Very lightly. No need to know what is being done. There is only one very slow movement. Like a breath passing through without warning. Dust rises. Then settles. No one pushes it down. No one holds it back. Everything finds its own place. If you don't remember what you're listening to, that's okay. Forgetting is letting go. Letting go is resting. Like the temple courtyard not remembering old footprints. No need to name sleep. No need to know that you are meditating. Just the body lying here. Then light. There is no destination. There is nothing to achieve. The broom does not know when it is finished. You don't need to know either. Just continue very gently. The breath comes. The breath goes. No need to follow. No need to count. If you don't know that you are breathing, That is exactly right. No more one who sweeps. No more broom. No more courtyard. Only a very wide softness. And then even the softness dissolves. The broom sweeps, sweeps, sweeps. No beginning. No ending. No one doing it. You don't need to sleep deeply. You only need to not go anywhere. Stay with the sound. And then the sound also leaves. No more need to listen. No more need to understand. No more need to remember. Only a space very dark, very still.